Okay? I will not hear that, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Okay? Once again, then, not only that, you know, he wounds and heal. Do you have a sickness that will not go away? Okay, you go to the doctor for your daily checkup, and you get that that news that you have what, a terminal illness. The Lord did that. Once again, He heals and wound. Okay, which we're gonna grab down the line through the Spirit. But what? Now is there any that can deliver out my hand? For I lift my hand to heaven and I say I live forever. If I wet my glittering sword, that sword being judgment. Fear the sword. That know that there's a sword, to know that there's what, a judgment. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. If I wet my glittering sword, meaning what, that sword of judgment. My hand take hold on judgment. I will render vengeance to my enemies and will reward them that hate me. Job 19 and 29. Be ye afraid of the sword, judgment, for wrath, the righteous anger, the righteous indignation of the Lord. Okay? Bringing the punishments of the sword, that you may know there is a judgment. The Lord do it judge. Okay? He execute judgment. Okay? There is a such thing as the wrath of the Lord. Once again, that's why you gotta fear the Lord, man. He wounds and he heals. He kills and he make it alive. What are you not understanding? And fear not him which will kill the body. Okay? Bear with me. Okay? Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them which can kill the body, man. The Lord created man. Okay? Matter of fact, He created that man to do whatever that man did unto you. Okay? And fear not them which will kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear Him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. And hell being what, a state of condition. You being sick is a state of condition. Okay? Paying bills is a state of condition. That is hell. It is something that you are put through. Okay? And there's no such thing as hell. Genesis 1:1. And what did Jonah say in the fish? Where he felt like he was in hell, being in that fish for that long. Okay. In the belly of the fish. Okay. The acid in that fish belly. Him not eating for a long while. That is the meaning by hell, a state of condition. Okay, so you get hit by a car or be put in an accident. Okay. You live, but say you lose an arm or a leg, whatever it may be, that is a state of condition. You being disfigured, that is a state of condition. That is hell. Okay? That's the true meaning by hell, a state of condition. And what you people are learning and knowing is that the Lord judgments don't always mean death. He can make you suffer, or, okay? His judgments don't always mean quick death. He can make you suffer. Not only that, but what? We're going to grab that down the line. The issues of death belong unto Him. The Lord, allows, section declares whether you live or die. Say, and you have come across it, a couple of videos where somebody was supposed to be dead, but they didn't die. I'm talking about something that killed others, but for some reason, not but for some reason, but by Yahweh, Yahushua, declaring, ordaining, allowing, sanctioning that that person lived, and that person didn't even get hurt at all. Okay? Matter of fact, we going someone's getting Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, a state of condition. Once again, the Lord judgments don't mean death. He can make you suffer. That is the hell, that state of condition. You being injured, but you still living. You know? Or imagine you fall in a coma. That is that hell. That too is a hell, a state of condition. Okay? You know? You got in the accident, you got in the accident for, okay, all your body is intact. But what? Boom, you in a coma. That is a hell, a state of condition. Okay? Losing how many years, you being able to hear everything that's going around you. You know? All these type of things. Not only that, but say you have the accident. Okay? And a few limbs have to be taken away. Okay? You have that coma for some time. That is hell, a state of condition. And then what? After you thinking the way you have thing for a long while, you being put in that state of condition, that hell. All of a sudden you wake up, you don't know what happened. All you know is you missing a few limbs. That is that hell, that state of condition. Once again, fear not him which can kill the body, but fear him which is able to kill both body and soul, and put it into a state of condition. Hell. The hell being what? Either death or the grave. Either death, the grave, or a state of condition. Okay, you being injured, sick, punished, died, live, or recover. Prosperity come of the Lord. Let's grab it. He can make you achieve or he can make you fail. Sirach 11 and 14. Prosperity and adversity. Life and death. Poverty and riches come of the Lord. And it's a small thing for the Lord to make what? A poor man rich, roughly paraphrasing. Prosperity and adversity. He can make you prosper, achieve. He can make you what? Achieve, prosper in health. You know, your health good. Okay? You don't need all these type of medicines, these bottles that certain people need. Okay? Okay, your cabinet don't have no type of bottles at all. Your bathroom cabinet. That's the Lord make you prosper in adversity, you know. And life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. And what he can also make your health fail. Okay? A sickness that won't go away. Okay? And so forth. Alright? He can make you prosper, not prosper, whatever it may be, whatever you can think of. This is why the Lord said in the anti-sickness. Okay? Remember the Lord. Because he's the one that gave you the sickness that you have. Sirach 38. Okay. Sirach 38:8. And we're going to go on down. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going to do 8 to 15. 8 to 15. Sirach 38. No, Sirach 38, 9 to 15. My son, in thy sickness be not negligent. Okay? When you get a sickness, a cold, fever, whatever it may be. But pray unto the Lord Yahweh wa Yahushua, Yahweh Shemel, and he'll make thee whole. Sirach 11 and 14. Prosperity, adversity, life, and death come of the Lord. Deuteronomy 32, 39 to 41. I wound, I heal, I kill, and I make alive. Oh, you're not understanding? Okay? My son, in thy sickness, be not negligent. because the Lord gave you that sickness. But pray unto power, and He will make thee whole. Leave off from sin. That's ultimately why some things happen unto people the way they do, because what? Nobody perishes being innocent. Not only that, but what? The wages of sin is death. And some of the time, those wages, okay, certain people they don't get death. They suffer. Instead of condition, a hell. Okay? That's slow death. Okay? You know, the doctors say this runs in your family. Okay? Or say you've been smoking for a while. The doctor tell you what, look, it's best you stop. Okay, if you keep going, okay, you're going to get cancer. But what does your monkey ass continue to do? You continue to smoke, you continue to tempt the Lord, and all of a sudden when you got cancer, now all of a sudden you don't know how you got this, how you did this. Nah, man, don't blame the Lord, blame yourself. Okay? He made it clear the wages of sin is death, man. Okay, so leave off from sin. This is why. And order thy hand aright and cleanse thy heart, meaning all your mind, from all thy wickedness, your iniquities, your sins. Give a sweet Savior a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being. Then give place to the physician, a doctor. Not only that, but the Lord can have your doctor succeed for his hands to achieve or fail. Okay? He can make that doctor that had a plan for you to do this and do that upon your health. He can make that doctor, okay, fail that success, okay, toward upon what you need, or transplant, whatever it may be, and so forth, whatever transplant you can think of, not only transplant but other things, So then give place to the physician, the doctor, for the Lord Yahweh had created him. Okay? Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. There's a time when in their hands there is good success, because what the Lord allowed it. Prosperity and adversity come of him. He made that doctor achieve that success. For they shall also pray unto the Lord. Okay? And doctors are supposed to be doing this, because it's the Lord that gave them their skills. Okay? Then the Lord can strip it away just like that. You know how those doctors like to keep their hand all pretty for their little surgeries and stuff. And for you doctors, man, let you get high-minded and think this is of you. And this is for you, man. Whoever you may be, a doctor, surgeon, whatever, you like to keep your hand, okay, neatly ways, in safety and so forth. And you think all the works that you do is of your, nah, it's not of your own. And then what? Pride go before destruction. Bring your pride up, exalt yourself, and not let the Lord exalt you. And see what the Lord would do. The Lord will make you lose that skill very fast. All of a sudden you get in an accident, your hand all fucked up. Now you can't make all surgeries no more. You was on top of the list. Okay? Shining. Okay? Okay? Once again, this is why the chapter say what it says. Okay? Where were we? There is a time when their hands up. There is good success. And for your doctors, this is what you should be doing. You should be telling Yahweh, Yahushua, Yahweh, Shem, Yahushua, all praises. Okay? Exalted and magnifying. Okay? Because he gave you the skill that he gave you. Okay? For they shall also pray unto the Lord Yahweh. Okay? That they will prosper that. Okay? I here walking around with your little chart. This gonna have 1% success. Ain't no damn 1% success. If you doctors and you the Lord and you was praying like you was supposed to, okay, there will be some success. Okay? And your hands might, also fail as well if the Lord don't want that person to live. If you don't want that, okay, say, that person is set for a surgery. That person have this surgery, but, The surgery wasn't a success. They didn't die on the table, but they had to be patched right back up and suffer that hell that's still a condition. Okay? So once again, for this shall also pray unto the Lord for you doctors, that he will prosper that which is give for ease and remedy to prolong life. And he that sinned before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. Okay? How do you be patched up? You suffer that hell that's still a condition. Okay? You'll be on nothing but straight painkillers after coming under that surgery. Or what else? You die on that table, the operating table. Simple. It's just like that. And the doctor can tell you, oh yeah, we have this statistics here right now. Yeah, this is gonna be a 100% success. Remember, if we will, okay, if the Lord will, we will do this, we will do that. Once again, for you doctors, okay. All right, James 4:14-15. If the Lord will, we will do this, we will do that. So there's no such thing as free will. The doctor can tell you, oh yeah, there's gonna be 100 success. What happened then? It come out to be a complete failure. Simple as that. Okay. So he that sinned before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician, the doctor. My son, let tears fall down over the dead and begin to lament.